Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my channel. It's February 8th, Wednesday, hump day. Hope everybody's having a great week. Just wanted to do a little follow-up on the State of the Union address last night from President Joe Biden. A few things come to mind as I was watching it last night, and actually I was watching the coverage on the Blaze. Not sponsored by the Blaze. In fact, I'm not sponsored by anybody right now, so any little kudos or shout outs or hat tips, I do that free of charge. So, still a little guy in this space, in this universe, so on and so forth. But anyway, back to the State of the Union. Last night, kind of interesting beginning when Jill Biden walked in, the First Lady, and she immediately walked over to Kamala Harris's husband and planted a big kiss. Kind of weird, kind of strange, kind of odd. But that was one of the things that made the news last night and today as I was perusing through Twitter and also checking out some other content on YouTube. So, again, kind of odd that the First Lady, upon entering and before taking her seat, goes over to the Vice President's husband and they have a kiss and an embrace before the speech last night. So, weird, strange, whatever you make of it. Second thing during the speech that, and I will say this, the speech was just like any other Joe Biden speech, coming off as a centrist. I think that's going to be the plan going into 2024, to make themselves look more appealing and more centrist to the voting population. Myself, full disclosure, I don't buy it. It's something that I just can't help but question things such as an assault weapons ban, which the Supreme Court has clearly stated that's a no-go. In fact, what those on the left or the Democrats classify as assault weapons are basically semi-automatic weapons that look like they're military weapons, when in fact just about any weapon that you pick up, be it a rock, a knife, a bat, even your fist, can be classified as an assault weapon. If you hit somebody with your fist, you hit somebody with a rock, stab somebody with a knife, those are assault weapons. So again, that's kind of a misnomer. That's kind of been something that has been redefined over the years, and this is my opinion, my opinion alone. I'm sure others agree with me that to have an assault rifle or a military style rifle, that has to be something that is fully automatic, meaning one pull of the trigger means firing multiple bullets, not one pull of the trigger meaning one bullet fired. And that's just something that it goes against our basic Second Amendment right. So that's one of the first things out of his speech. Now I will say this, I'll give him credit, lowering prices for insulin for people that are diabetic, that's great. However, the flip side is this president is bought and paid for by Big Pharma. So again, it's great that he's wanting to lower drug prices, more specifically insulin prices for those that are diabetic. But the bigger picture is Pfizer, Moderna, come on. He's bought by Big Pharma, as most politicians are. Another thing that happened during the speech was he got into a little tit for tat with the Republicans in Congress, even to the extent that Marjorie Taylor Greene screamed out, "You liar," in the middle of the tit for tat. I'm kind of mixed on this one because I do like some of the things that MTG does. I like the fact that she is America first. What I don't like, and this goes for both sides of the aisle, the President of the United States, whether you love him, you hate him, whatever, he's given a speech, show a little decorum, Don't yell out things like "you liar" or "you lied" or whatever. There's a time and place for that after the speech. There's plenty of people, media people, journalists that are hanging around in press row outside the Capitol, outside the chambers, that you can go and talk to and get your point across, be it on Fox, MSNBC, CNN, OAN, Newsmax, whatever. Don't be shouting out in the middle of the speech. Now, another thing that the president addressed was the fentanyl. Fentanyl's a big thing in this country. There's thousands and thousands of deaths due to fentanyl overdoses in this country. Great that he wants to address it. However, he's not addressing the border, which the fentanyl is coming across the border. You want to stop fentanyl? Address the border. Address the trafficking happening across the border. Again, simple thing to address, but he doesn't want to acknowledge it because it goes against his base. Now, there was one point during the speech, I forget how far in it was, that he had mentioned that we're going to need to have oil for a few more years, at least 10 more years. And that's when his Democrat colleagues booed him because they all worship at the god of climate change or global warming or whatever you want to call it now. Fact of the matter is, oil's going to be around for a long time. Coal's going to be around for a long time. That is the backbone of our energy system, our energy supply is oil and coal and natural gas. You just can't cut that stuff off. You cut that off and go to wind and solar, you're going to see happening over and over again what happened in Texas last year or 2 years ago during the winter when Texas froze. Except it's going to be more than just Texas freezing. So, again, you have to take these things with a grain of salt. Every politician is going to placate to their base. They're going to say things that the average voter who doesn't really pay attention to these things is going to go, yeah, that sounds good. Vote for him. You have to be engaged. You have to listen. You have to be actively listening and kind of read between the lines, because any politician, I don't care if they're on the left, if they're on the right, they're going to just say things to get votes and keep their power. That's the name of the game, unfortunately, in this day and age, is that it's all about keeping our power in Washington. Those politicians aren't looking out for you. They're not looking out for me. We're the little guy. It doesn't matter if you're a big creator in the space like a Tim Pool. It doesn't matter if you're another big creator in the space like the Quartering. It doesn't matter if you're a little guy like me. Politicians aren't looking out for us. They're looking out for themselves. Once you figure that out, once you understand that, your eyes are going to be open, and then you're going to say, and then it's going to, then, blah, blah, blah. Then what will be apparent to more people will be, we need a sea change in Washington. We need to decentralize Washington. We need to throw more power back to the states. So on that note, one more thing that I forgot. Apparently, I didn't pay any attention on my channel and comments were turned off. I have since turned comments on, so now you can comment on my videos. Please keep it clean. Please keep it respectful. Please keep it a good discourse. I will respond to comments as I see them on my videos. I apologize for not having comments turned on. It was an oversight on my part. Again, I'm new to the space. I'm new to doing this. I've only released a few videos, so I'm learning as I'm going along here. That's all I have for today. If you like the content that I'm putting out, please like, share, and subscribe. If you don't like my videos, I'm glad you made it this far, and I hope you do watch some more in the future. Other than that, I hope everybody has a great rest of their Wednesday, and we will talk to you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.